Belly Up Sports presents the 3rd and 10 podcast, your home for all things New York football Giants. Here are your hosts, Nathan Nguyen and Brian Germanaro. Take it away, fellas.
What's going on, guys? Welcome again to the 3rd and 10 podcast. Season 3, episode 61 is now live. It's been a minute. It's been a whole week since we've seen you guys, so it's good to see you guys again. A lot to catch up on, but I'm your host, as always, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Brian, it's good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
This week sucked. Sucked.
Way to bring the happy attitude.
What happy attitude? What happy attitude could I possibly have this entire week?
Oh, come on. We have, a new background music now. We have a new...
that stuff's cool. My sports teams are doing everything in their power to make me hate sports.
I know. Hey, I am right there with you. Obviously not with baseball, but with, of course, we share the same team in football, which is the
the baseball team sucks. The college football team's on the playoffs. The Giants are back.
I know.
The Rangers are god awful. Everything just sucks.
I know. That's true. It was nice to not have our team play last week. That way we were.
You mean like actually enjoy football and enjoy the sport for itself and not have to worry about anything besides like your bets? Yeah, that was great.
Oh yeah,
love that.
I enjoyed last week for sure. I was able to watch obviously watch the games, the early slate, afternoon slate, without like, oh crap, the Giants play today. Like, no, I was perfectly chilling. But this week, this week and the next few weeks may be a bit different for our boys as the schedule does. Schedule's lightening up, so there's a real chance the Giants
coming in at the right time. They're just out of it, and now we're on the first overall pick watch. It's like, nope. Now the schedule gets easy.
Now
come on, we've had a gauntlet for the first 14 weeks of the season, and now when it actually benefits us to lose, now we get the easy games. Like, come on, NFL, do better.
The wins. I know we only have 2 wins in the year, but if there's any time for the wins to start coming, it's now. Especially with the Giants' week schedule.
No, actually, it's not the bad time for the wins to come. Now it's the time to lose. We get the first overall pick and trade back and get a haul to actually build a core and build something here.
I know. I feel so conflicted still on what I want the Giants to do.
I just want to at this point, I think the best thing for us is just to bottom out. Just bottom out and move on.
Yeah, I know. But it's obviously, we all know.
I don't want them to lose. And if
Same.
we win this week, I'm going to come on the show Tuesday and be happy because I want the Giants to win. But at the same time, I realize for the long-term health of this organization, the best thing to do is lose out. That's probably enough to get Shane fired. You bring in a whole new front office, even though we're still going to have McDonald and Chris Maher running around, which sucks. But, you take what you can get, trade back the first overall pick, get a haul, and go in 2026 with a new core. Yeah. That's what we need.
I know. Obviously, if we lose out the rest of the way, we will remain at number 1. But, at the same time, I don't think this team is that bad enough to where we're going to lose to the Commanders, the Raiders, Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, and then Cowboys to end the year. I just don't think it's possible. So I know this team will disappoint us in different ways. I mean, let's be honest, this team always disappoints us anyways. But we'll see. We could maybe be up on these teams during the game, and then we blow it in the fourth quarter like we usually do, or we somehow pull off wins, and then we come back on Tuesdays like we usually do and be like, hey, the Giants won. But we're obviously would be falling down the draft order. Or maybe we win and teams that are behind us also win. And then maybe we'll still get number 1 at the end of the day. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just wishful thinking. But I tell you, my friend, we missed out on a lot over the past week. We did not have a show on Tuesday, for those who don't know, with the Giants coming off the bye week. There was not much to preview like we usually do on our Tuesday show. So we will start with our opening kickoff before we get into Giants and Commanders. So there's a few topics I want to discuss, my friend, before we get to our boys and previewing this weekend's game against the Commanders. let's start with the NFL. Because the Indianapolis Colts, no one expected them to have
it's a grandpa running out there, and that's not even a joke. Phillip Rivers literally is a grandfather. He has a grandkid.
Yeah, I did not expect them
I
to
know it's
have.
happened before, but like, this has got to be like one of the first times
Oh yeah,
a grandfather is playing in the NFL.
yeah. Honestly, I did not expect them to have the quarterback situation be as it is right now. But hey, that's the NFL. Injuries happen. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones is out for the year with an Achilles injury. Anthony Richardson isn't going to be activated from IR. Riley
We
Leonard,
did not
who
give Anthony Richardson enough crap for hurting himself with an exercise band. How incompetent do you have to be to hurt yourself with an exercise band? Are you that stupid?
is that a rhetorical question?
No. I'm legit asking.
That's AR for you. I look, his future in Indy was murky the moment Jones started going off, and it doesn't help that he's not going to be activated off IR this year to show off what he can do at least through these last 4 games. And of course, Ray Leonard is week to week with his own injury, so
It sucks because I just, like when I know the Colts are at a wild card spot right now, but for the past few weeks, you kind of see the writing on the wall that this season's not going to go the way they wanted. They're at risk of missing the playoffs. And even if they do make it, they're getting bounced in the first round. I think we're all going to accept that. So you kind of want to see what you have in Ryan Leonard over these next few weeks. And as a Notre Dame fan, I want to see how Leonard's game translated to the NFL. And the fact that, like, his opportunity finally came, and I was right about, because I said during the preseason that Ryan Leonard was going to start a game for the Colts. Kind of right.
true.
But the fact that he got his opportunity and immediately is hurt is just brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It really is. But it's okay because they'll be sort of fun to watch now with Phillip Rivers starting.
They'll be fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. But they're the same reason, like, when the Knicks were really bad, like before Leon Rose and like before the Randall went off that COVID season. I was sitting here going, the Knicks should trade for Lonzo Ball, sign LiAngelo, and draft LaMelo and give LeVar courtside seats. Because if we're going to be bad, let's be fun. And having all the balls on one team with LeVar courtside with Spike Lee, that's fun. Phillip Rivers is a very similar situation where I don't know if this team's going to be good, but man, are they going to be a fun team to watch.
Oh, yeah. All eyes will be on them this weekend as they take on Seattle.
It's chaos. It's what you're watching right now. You're watching for chaos. It's kind of like, it's kind of like when you go to like a T-ball game. You're not like, you're in like, with your kids out there. You're watching your kid, but you're also watching for just the pure insanity that's going on in the field.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And it's funny because Phillip Rivers' betting lines in terms of his passing yards are very low.
Batting rating came out too.
Yeah, 70 something.
70 flat.
70 flat.
Shout out my buddy. My buddy goes, they could have just used his age as the Madden rating at this point. I'm like, that's incredible.
That's I honestly, I've been playing Madden in quite some time, so I want to get back on and see how
Madden,
it feels to play with. Huh?
I put the Giants in cap hell and Madden and stuff like Well, we have negative $40 million. I don't know how I did that.
Damn, I don't know who the hell you signed.
Nobody.
Hey, well, we do have sort of a few bad contracts, but I digress.
I got rid of those.
And it's still
I restructured a lot of contracts. I don't really think I understood how restructuring works.
Yeah,
it's what I'm starting to realize. I don't think I understand how that worked.
What's it called? Whenever you restructure a contract, you see like your current cap space goes up, but then the next year's cap space kind of like
I didn't really grasp that.
Deferred money. It seems it's what I was.
I see. You know what? We were both on Corn Booth last night, and Jared said he wanted to defer money to destroy the Dodgers at some point. I think I proved in Madden that it does destroy teams at certain points.
Eventually down the line. Like, it may not be anytime soon for the Dodgers, but
the Dodgers, I think we're talking about 2035 at that point. But
oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Rivers hasn't played in 5 years, which is the COVID year. Actually, last time we saw him.
Isn't that crazy? Because the vaccine is a more recent thing than Phillip
Phillip
Rivers under
Rivers
center in the
under center.
NFL.
Dude, last time he played, there was literally no one in the stands watching.
No one in the stands. We still weren't allowed to go out of our houses.
Exactly. We're stuck at home, miserable as we are. But you know what? It will be interesting to see how he plays. I mean, it's a rough first
I feel
game.
like Phillip Rivers, like we went to the NFL, he's like, oh, a lot's changed. And then you just saw the Giants record, goes, actually, not that much has
Not
changed.
much. No,
Oh, okay. All right. We're good here.
team is just as bad as they
Oh,
were in 2020, if not worse, which they
yeah.
are worse with 2 wins on the
It was
year.
like back, like Bleacher Report does like Gridiron Heights. Like
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I haven't watched it in a little bit because I think it's fallen off. But like seasons 1 through 3 were great. And there's one where Teddy Bridgewater, they're spoofing Shawshank Redemption when Brooks goes out. And Teddy Bridgewater's walking around talking about how, like, oh, he was 24, he's 26 now, and how the league's changed. And a newspaper hits him, and it's like, Browns lose again, still can't find quarterback. It's like, oh, okay, good. Some things are the same. That's how I think Phillip Rivers saw the Giants records. It's like, oh, okay, we got some consistency here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's like, this is exactly how I remember it back when I used to play. No, shout out to Rivers, man. Hopefully he, plays well. As long as he's a starting quarterback, it seems like for the rest of the year he will be. So we'll see what happens there. Chargers took care of business on Monday night versus the Eagles in overtime. Jalen Hurts had 4 interceptions. As Philly has now lost 3 straight on the year. It could be 4 straight after this weekend. I think it's safe to say we should sound the alarms in Philly. Because look, Saquon had a great game on Monday night. AJ Brown went off as well, but Jalen Hurts is not playing like the top 5 quarterback, I should say, that some people are putting him as. And you could argue the top 10 status is also in jeopardy for this year because he just hasn't looked like himself all year long. Thoughts on that, my friend, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely not a top 5 quarterback, and he needs everything around him to go well. If Dallas would have won to Detroit last Thursday, I think Philly should be smashing that panic button. But they're still going to get in the playoffs. They're just not going to make a deep run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dallas still has a chance to win the division, but just like Philly, well, how do I say this? A few things need to go their way in Dallas's way, which include, Philly keep, losing, and Dallas winning out the rest of the way. But we'll see how that goes. Sherrone Moore, Michigan's former Michigan head coach.
That's bad. That's a bad situation right now.
Yes,
he's in jail.
He is in jail at this time. For those who don't know, the former Michigan head coach was fired effective immediately a few days ago for an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. He does have a wife and 3 daughters, so that makes it even more awful. And according to the AD, credible evidence was found that he engaged in such activity and, quote, constitutes a clear violation of university policy. He was then arrested out by police on Wednesday, hours later after the firing, after they responded to a home as part of an assault investigation. The incident is not random, and he is, as Brian mentioned, currently in jail. So things not going well over there in Ann Arbor. And they'll be seeking.
You're almost at a point right now with Michigan because you missed the coaching carousel. You missed it. So you're almost at a point where it's like, do we just name like the OC, the interim for the year, and then go into next season's coaching search? Like not punt on the season because you have so much talent and you have a decent recruiting class coming in, but you kind of like, we're just trying to tread water this year. We're in a bad spot, and then we'll go next year.
Mm-hmm. I think Bill Poggi, I believe he's he's obviously one of the assistant coaches, but he will take over for the bowl game later this month for Michigan.
I mean, you're almost smart just to name him interim head coach for the 2026 season and just be like, we're gonna hop onto next year's carousel because it's bad right now. Unless you can steal DeBoer from Alabama, which I really doubt you can.
Yeah, kind of like what Stanford did with Frank Reich this year.
Exactly. The exact same situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then again, it's
a little different because like Stanford was going to rebuild this year, while like Michigan could be competing for a playoff spot next year. But it's just one of those situations where it's timing's everything. You got screwed bad on timing. You got to move on.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think Bryce Underwood's going to transfer because of the situation?
I really think it's 50-50. I think it depends on who they bring in. because I don't know who that's going to be.
Yeah.
But if I'm Underwood, I look at the situation right now in Ann Arbor, and I'm like, man, the coach I came to play for got fired. I don't know when this team's going to be able to, I don't know who the next head coach is going to be. If we're going to compete next year, I can go anywhere else, be the day one starter, and have a good shot at the playoffs. That's plus the NIL money. That's enticing. It's enticing.
Mm-hmm.
I know Michigan's a big brand, but it's bad right now.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the transfer could be coming sooner rather than later, but we'll see what happens over there. But just tough timing for Michigan in terms of the team as a whole, as they'll be seeking hopefully a coach with a better mindset and just yeah, it's just awful to hear what's going on with Sharon Moore because that is just not what you expect to hear on a random Wednesday. But anyways, before we get to the Giants Commanders real quick, for those who don't know, Brian, you can follow Brian on TikTok. I believe it's Brian PG1016, same username, my friend.
My Twitter handle.
As Brian talked about his Mets and whatnot with Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso no longer on the team. So I'll give you just a quick minute, my friend, before we get to our boys here. Obviously, losing your best closer or losing your closer and your primary first baseman hurts. But your thoughts on losing both guys and
so I was pretty emotional in the Pete Alonso video, and I stand by. I still stand by that video. I don't trust the owner's front office right now. What I will give David Stearns credit for is he had the guts to tear down this core. Think about this core of Nimmo, Alonso. Lindor was added later on in 2021. And by the way, for anyone talking about Lindor being traded, you're a freaking moron. Get out of here. And that's a couple of things. There are Met fans online right now saying we're going to trade Francisco Lindor. It's coming from Padres fans too. They need to shut up too. And that the Mets won't pay $4 extra million a year to nullify Soto's contract. If you actually believe those two things, you need to delete your Twitter account and actually go pick up a book or something. Those are mindless takes that are just for clicks and some of the dumbest things I ever heard in my life. Sure, is losing Pete Alonso heartbreaking? Absolutely. Losing Edwin Diaz bad? Yes, I was banging the drum that you had to bring back Edwin Diaz. Pete Alonso, I wanted to bring back, but I understood the logic of not bringing him back. So the reaction of Pete is like, oh man, his lifelong Mets gone. But it was just emphasized that we just lost Edwin Diaz and we lost another piece. I think we have deconstructed too much that we can't we can't build a sustainable winner in 2026. It's more going to be a retool, and in 2027 is going to be the season, which kind of stinks because we should be in win now mode. But there's a major difference between not signing a reliever as good as Edwin Diaz is. The relievers are so, hit or miss, and an aging first baseman than giving a top 5 player in baseball an extra $4 million a season when he's in his 30s. There's a major difference here. Come on, people. Let's think. So the Mets got a lot of work to do. I just don't see how they fill every hole this offseason. And I think 2026 is just kind of going to be that transition year, which stinks because if it would have happened in 2024, isn't magical like it was, I think Stearns does what he did this offseason last year. I think he moves on for Nimmo. He lets Pete walk. But there's the sense of, all right, we're transitioning right now. Let's keep going. The fact that you went to the NLCS, you signed Soto, that signaled to us that you were ready to win. And even though 2025 disappointed, it changed you to come. It feels like we've overcorrected.
Okay. Yeah, look, when I heard both guys not, rejoining the team, that kind of at first I was like, damn, I know you were upset, obviously, because both the guys are your favorite player were your favorite players on the Mets.
I mean, bro, I think I grew up with Pete. I didn't grow up with Pete Alonso like I did with David Wright. David Wright, I went from a small child elementary school to junior in high school when he a junior in high school when he retired. Pete Alonso, he started off as a junior in high school. I've graduated, gotten a full-time job in Pete Alonso. So I've grown up kind of like with Pete Alonso. Like I've matured with Pete Alonso, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
so it's weird that like I've started a new chapter in my life and Pete's not going to be here. It's kind of
Yeah.
what it's like.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, we wish him, or you wish him, the best of luck in
I
Baltimore.
hope it goes to Baltimore and does great. I know there's people out there saying like he's the next Chris Davis. So I really hope this doesn't happen. I hope it
I
goes to
hope so too.
Baltimore, balls out, has a great career down there, and I hope for the best.
Yeah, that's all we can do. And well, Edwin Diaz will, obviously going with the Dodgers. Hey, they were the team that paid a lot for Tanner Scott last year, who was the best reliever on the market, and now they get another um, star closer with Diaz. So the Trumpets will now be playing in Dodger
Yeah.
Stadium.
I mean, shout out to I think it was the New York Post. They had the day the music died was their headline when
Oh,
Edwin Diaz left. I mean, like 10 out of 10. That's incredible.
yeah. Well, alrighty, my friend. Well, like I said, for more information, for more reaction, more in-depth reaction on the losses of both Alonso and Diaz to their respective teams, you can check it out on Brian's TikTok at BrianPG1016.
Yep.
But alrighty, my friend, let's get right to it. Giants Commanders 2-11 versus 3-10. The battle for the right to be in the cellar of the NFC East. Yeah, we haven't played the Commanders since week 1 when we lost 21-6. And
We
what
don't need
was
to
a
talk about that game. That game was,
we really don't. I remember where I was at. Was at my best friend Josh's house watching the game. Did not enjoy that whatsoever. And was like, I think my first reaction after the game was like, "Yep, this is gonna be just like last year, isn't it?" But both teams have struggled mightily. Low key since that game, or sort of. Surprisingly, actually, the Commanders are on a longer losing streak right now at 8 in a row. Giants are at 7 in a row in terms of losses. But big news from Washington side for this weekend, as Jaden Daniels will not be playing for the Commanders after re-aggravating his left elbow, unfortunately, which we all know he dislocated back in week 9 versus Seattle on national television when they were already down by, I believe, 25 points
Yeah,
early
it was
in the
a
fourth.
blowout game. It was bad.
Yeah, it's been a rough season for him, my friend. I mean, he's been injured a lot this year.
Yeah, I mean, like we've heard about sophomore sophomore slumps. This is a sophomore just disaster.
Times 10. Oh, for sure. He's been injured a lot, whether it's like knee injuries, hamstring, elbow. He's only played 7 games this year. So we've been seeing a lot of Marcus Mariota. And I'm gonna be honest, there's times where I've been looking into or watched the Commanders play, and there's times where this year, has ran the offense a little better than Daniels even when Daniels was healthy and
Yeah,
playing.
you see the flashes because this Commanders team. Think about it. Well, everyone expected them to be like a wild card team. No one expected them to beat Philly, and I think if you had a full season of a healthy Jaden Daniels and he kind of like locked in a little bit more, they probably had a shot at the division right now. But the talent's there. It's just kind of a lost season with injuries and everything.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And not only has Daniel's been hurt, but McLaurin has been missing, part of the season. He's healthy now, thankfully for Washington. However, an update I just saw as you're talking about your Mets, he and also Debo Samuel were not spotted at the media portion of practice, so that is a bit concerning on their end. They have not been on the injury report all week long, and for them not to appear during practice today is a bit concerning, especially since it is
So they
Friday.
weren't at practice or not in the media.
They weren't seen, so they weren't seen during the media portion of practice.
Okay.
There's a portion of time where the
Yeah. So that, I mean, that definitely is concerning, but that could be something like something came up or a meeting happened or,
True.
like they just got like busy and forgot. So like
True.
you were right. It's something to be concerned about, but I would just like hold off on like thinking they might not play.
Yeah, no further details as of right now, but that's the only thing I heard.
Yeah. It could be like Debo's like wife, something
True.
she bumped her head or something and has to go to a doctor's appointment. It's like, oh
True.
crap, I gotta go.
True.
Could be something. Well, and that's the case. I hope for the best, but it could be something like that.
True, but for McLaurin and Debo, for both of them not
Yeah,
to be there,
it's definitely a red flag. But like I said, it could just be something as simple as like, oh, life happens.
yeah,
McLaurin's daughter's got a dance recital at 12:30. He's got to go.
yeah, we'll get more further details
Yeah,
if things
I would
pop
wait
up.
for further details to come.
Yeah, exactly. But in terms of New York, this game will be the second time which we are favored. Actually, our first time we were favored this year was in New Orleans. We unfortunately know how that game went.
Oh, so we still lost. Got it.
Yeah, no, hey, like you talked about at the beginning of the show, the so the more losses, the better. To protect our spot at the top at the draft order this year or for this upcoming draft. And look, there's been kind of conflicting interest amongst fans where it's like, is it best for the Giants to tank the rest of the year, or do we want to see a few wins? It's clear that improvement is the goal for these last 4 games. We've heard it during the press conferences of whether it's Mike Kafka or Jackson Dart that, hey, these last 4 games, all they care about is winning. I know it's a simple thing to hear or a simple thing to say, but with the way the season has gone, the struggles they've gone through, all the fourth quarter, blown leads and whatnot, this team just wants to just go out there and just improve or show improvement. And they have a great chance to do so starting this week versus Washington and the rest of the year. Because, like you mentioned earlier, the schedule lightens up a lot for New York after what was a gauntlet to start these first 14, 15 weeks of the season. Um, and this game against Washington, look, hey, they don't have the starting quarterback. They have an offense that's low key declining with every week. They have the third worst defense that doesn't have a formidable pass rush. They're allowing 382.5 yards per game. Like, this is a great chance for New York's offense to really click on all cylinders in the
Mhm.
rematch here and avenge their week 1 loss. Before I get into the keys to the game and matchups to watch from your end as well, my friend, some injury news to note for the New York Giants. So, once again, not sure why he has been placed on IR. Maybe the Giants felt like he would be ready to go sooner rather than later. But Kayvon Thibodeau did not practice on Thursday
Yeah,
or Wednesday,
just
and
let him
he
go.
is,
Just put him on IR. Season's over.
yeah, he's not going to be out there on Sunday for sure. Nick Jones, the cornerback, he has a shoulder injury. He's one of the backup corners. He did not practice also on Wednesday and Thursday, and it was just reported that he will be getting shoulder surgery and he will be out for the rest of the year as well.
See
Core special
yas.
team, yeah, core special teamer. For those who don't know,
Mm-hmm.
on the brights, oh, one more thing, Jamie Gillian, had a leg injury. Did not practice on Wednesday and
I mean,
Thursday as
I
well.
heard how he hurt his leg, and it's just like I got no words. No
Yeah,
words.
it was for those who don't know, he got hurt on the left knee injury he suffered is was from a couple weeks ago when Young Wei Koo did miss the field goal, or not
Mm-hmm.
even missed the field goal, rather missed the ball entirely and forced Gillian to scramble out, and then he got hurt apparently
Which is
on
the
that
most
play.
Giants thing of all time.
Yeah, I'm not
Like I
surprised.
heard, I saw Ariana NYG on TikTok. Great follow. Go follow her. She was
Yeah.
talking about it, and I had to check the date on the video because I'm like, this didn't just happen, right? Like the way I'm like, this is from a few weeks ago, right? I'm like, no, this is recent. What the hell, guys? How has this been swept under the rug for so long?
I remember watching the entire game. That was an awful watch against New England, man. Just a lot
Yeah.
of
Well,
things
that
just
explains
going
because
wrong.
didn't Gillian have a few shank punts in that game too? Like after
Ye-
the fact. Now that I'm thinking
yes,
about it, so that all makes
yeah.
sense now.
Mm-hmm. And we finally, oh, not finally, but rather we did sign a backup with Cameron Johnston, and
And where is he from?
he is from Buffalo. So
Oh, what a shock!
Joe Shane relationship there. But I'm looking for. He was pretty good from what I remember with.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I just hate everything Joe Shane does. I hate his
I
stupid
know,
face. I
I
just want him
know,
gone.
I know, my friend. I know. But on the bright side, Gunnar Olszewski, who suffered a concussion in that New England game, and that was an awful hit he took.
His helmet exploded. The end was gone.
And was gone. But he is set to he has taken the next step in the concussion protocol. He did not practice on Wednesday, limited practice on Thursday, and we could see him back on Sunday,
Right.
depending on how things go. But if not, we will likely see Xavier Gibson elevated from the practice squad as he was signed again. This is the second time the Giants have signed him. We signed him a few weeks ago. Then he signed with the Eagles practice squad, joined the Eagles active roster. And then I guess they released him, and now he's back with New York. And in the process, we did release Ray McLeod, who did not do crap, honestly, as expected. And then we opened the practice window for Josh Azudu and Bo Collins. Good to hear those guys again. It's been a minute since we've heard those names.
Bo Collins do cardio again.
More than likely that is the case. On Darius Mwasu and Art Green also.
I know I always ask for Giants to have Notre Dame players because I just Justin Tuck's my favorite Giant of all time. Before he went, because I was a Giants fan before I was a Notre Dame fan, so I liked Tuck beforehand.
Yeah.
Then I found out Tuck went to Notre Dame, so it just elevated him. But do I really need Bo Collins to be my Notre Dame representation? Nope. You couldn't have just given me Riley Leonard, just have him just be the third string emergency quarterback. Just you could have kept Julian Love, anyone else.
There are a lot.
You could have drafted Jack Kaiser. You know how much help Jack Kaiser would do for this linebacking core right now?
Very much. He's with the Chargers. No, way off.
Atlanta.
What? Jack Kaiser. I know Xavier Watts is in.
Yes, Xavier Watts is with Atlanta. And Jacksonville.
Okay, 25.
Season, actually. I haven't looked at the stats in a while.
He has 3 tackles.
Okay.
11 tackles on the year. 3 solo tackles. So nothing too much.
He's done nothing. he's a backup. He does nothing out there.
He is a special teams player.
That's fine. He's a 4th round pick. What do you want from him?
Yeah. But otherwise, no, you're 100% right. Hopefully, we have a better Notre Dame representative by next offseason. We'll see.
I mean, I know who I want, but they're not going to get him.
It's a fever dream, man. Well, I wouldn't mind me a Jeremiah Love, Cam Scatterboo running back.
Oh my god! But that means you got to trade Tyrone Tracy though, which I don't know if we're going to do.
Nah, he's
the interesting one though, which I think is a possibility. Is Shadarian Price? That could be a name the Giants get.
Another power back?
Yeah.
2 power backs on the same. What?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. And if you watch Jerry Price, he's a power back, but he's a power back with some speed behind him. He breaks off some runs.
Is he project?
It stinks because Price actually probably could be the top running back in his class if Jeremiah Love wasn't in front of him. Go watch Shadarian Price highlights if you haven't. You see, there is something to this kid. This kid's got something.
Yeah, the Irish had an amazing 1-2 punch with both of those guys.
And Avarice Williams, the 3rd string guy, was no slouch either.
And he's gonna be coming
back.
He's a
sophomore, so he's gonna be running back 1 next year. Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Okay. But yeah, otherwise that is the injury news for the G-men. Oh, one more thing. We also claimed the wide receiver Ryan Miller off of waivers from Tampa Bay yesterday. 6'2", 221, and 25 career games. He has 14 catches with 3 of them for touchdowns. With the receiving core getting healthy again for the Bucks.
He's probably the most famous Ryan Miller.
I don't know who the most famous one is.
It's a goaltender in the NHL.
He
retired. He played. He hasn't played since. Ironically enough, hasn't played since COVID.
Just like Phillip Rivers.
So I mean, if you're a team that needs a goaltender, the Oilers don't anymore. But if you're a team that needs a goalie, it worked for the Colts. Just give him a call.
Give him a call. You know what I find interesting? I love not that I love it, rather the idea of an emergency goalie for all all.
Yeah, it's a Zamboni driver. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what team it was that had.
It was the Leafs. The Leafs lost to their emergency goaltender against Carolina.
That's right. and they had and you said he was a Zamboni driver, and he did pretty well from what I remember.
Yeah, I think he
From
stopped
them.
like 18 shots against the Maple Leafs, which had
How about it?
Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares,
Hmm.
like a very formidable like line.
An amazing story to tell his family one day, I tell you. But alrighty, keys to the game. Thanks so much. We'll start with you, my friend. What are you looking forward to see this Sunday from our boys, or what are some keys to the game that you have for the Giants?
Well, I want to see Jackson Dart because this is his opportunity against the division rival at home. We saw how he did against New England, which was okay. I don't think everyone was saying it was the best performance. He was fine. Let's see. He's had to prepare. Let's see how he's able to perform in that sort of circumstance.
Yes, sir. Jackson Dart. Last time we saw him was in week 13. Completed 17 to 24 of his passes for 139 yards and a touchdown. And like he didn't play as well. But then again, it was his first game back from injury. So it was good to see him back, but against the top Patriots defense did not perform like we used to seeing um from compared to his performances from these previous weeks. But regardless, he is still the third rookie in NFL history with a touchdown pass and rushing touchdown in 5 games, has a touchdown pass in 7 of his past 8 games, and leads all rookie quarterbacks with 11 touchdown passes and a 94.1 rating.
What is, I mean, like, have you seen this rumor? The Giants should trade Dart for Mendoza?
Oh, God.
The dumbest thing in the world.
Let me get, okay, and I get it. I want to, before I unleash.
No, your thought process makes sense, but it's also stupid at the same time.
It is stupid because everyone goes back to like, oh, the Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray situation, and I'm just like,
that was one situation, and we're going to use that in our situation. That exactly hasn't gone well for the Arizona Cardinals. It's not like the Cardinals are currently trying to move on from Kyler Murray at the end of the season, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, let's not use the Cardinals as our model organization here, folks.
I think people are using the same example for the Titans, where it's like, if they get number 1, should they trade Cam Ward?
No, that's even dumber.
I know, and I get it.
I think I'm thinking of Nick Fury when he's like, I understand your orders, but they were stupid ass orders, so I just ignored them. I get your thought process. It's Jackson Dart and his concussion. I get it. It's a stupid thought process, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's whether you're the Giants or the Titans, you have a very, interesting guy at quarterback, and plus you have, some intriguing pieces around him to the point where it's like you really don't, even if you're a new GM or new head coach.
Who did Cam Ward have this season? He had no.
Absolutely.
Calvin Ridley was his best weapon. And he was hurt majority of the season. He had no offensive line to speak of.
Cam Ward is suffering back there. So it's like, hey, even if obviously the Giants and Titans will be seeking a new head coach, not GM. Well, the Giants will be seeking possibly a new GM. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Titans won't be doing so. They're Borgonzi they hired this past offseason, so they won't be seeking a new GM, barring any crazy change there. But there's really no need for people to entertain the idea of like, oh, trading your rookie quarterback heading into their second year just so you can have your own guy, when in reality you've seen from both Dart and Ward traits and things where it's like, okay, that's a franchise guy that I want to develop. Exactly.
Are there
100%. And you mentioned with Dart, look, he is someone that we should see cook up Washington's defense this upcoming Sunday. They've allowed 27.2 points per game. This year they are 30th in pass yards allowed, 29th in run yards allowed as well. They just allowed JJ McCarthy, out of all people, to throw for 3 touchdowns last Sunday, and Minnesota's rushing offense had 162 yards total on 34 carries on their way to a 31-0 win over the Commanders. So, hey, look, Jackson Dart, it'll be great to see him throw the ball to his wideouts, whether it's Wandale, Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodgins, Theo Johnson, or we'll see Dart take off on the ground. Didn't have much success against New England. I think that changes this Sunday.
New England has one of the best run defenses out there. While Washington is solid, it's not as good. It's something you can exploit, which I think is why we're going to see a big game, not just from Dart, but from Singletary again. I think Singletary has kind of established himself as the running back in this offense. Tracy's kind of like that guy you go up for screen passes and stuff, but Singletary's the guy that's been, eating up a lot of the rushing yards. He's the guy that's been getting the long carries.
Saying the Commanders' run defense is solid is definitely putting it nicely because they are third worst in the NFL when it comes to rushing yards allowed. So you're giving them a lot more credit.
It's solid. But it's bad. But when you look at the talent on the roster, you think it'd be solid,
True. Deron Payne.
Even Von Miller, even though he's 1,000 years old back there, you always fear him.
Another old veteran out there playing in the NFL. Yeah, you can never be too old to play in the NFL.
Now too.
Well, everyone's got a podcast these days, honestly. Yeah. Look at us.
I listen to him when I listen to my Mets podcast. Him and Draymond Green. Okay, guys, I get it. You got podcasts.
Yeah,
I'm not listening to them.
Especially not Draymond.
I really don't care your perspective on things right now. I really don't. Sorry.
I don't care about Draymond's Mookie Betts.
Now, if Von Miller had a chicken farming podcast, I'm all for it. I want to hear about this.
There you go. Other than that, we good. If anything, what's it called? What's the Eagles? Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, they have their own podcast. Don't even care.
I would rather shove rusty scissors in my ears and listen to that thing.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, Dart, he should be able to show off his dual threat ability on Sunday. 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions through 8 games through the air this year. Offense for New York averaging 21.5 points per game, which is impressive. Despite not being amongst the top ranks in the NFL, it's impressive considering the injuries we have to.
It's impressive considering the injuries and the fact that the Giants' offense for years have been barely able to average 20.
Yeah, so it's the fact that we're
we used to celebrate when we scored 30 points. We've been doing it pretty consistently, or at least getting to that number with Dart.
Yeah.
And what you said, we're 25 on the year, like 25?
20 in terms of
points per game. Like you said, we got 25 points per game. It's
21.5. I apologize. 21.5.
21.5. What happens when you take out the first 3 games of the season? I'm doing it right now. I will do the math. Hang on. Calculator.
Scored 6 against the Commanders week 1. Put up 40 piece against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And week 2, and then we put up, I think it was only 9 points against Kansas City.
Yeah, it was 9.
So it kind of did. Well, that Dallas game was a big outlier. So you take away that weird, I think, kind of drops to about 20.
So what? We've played 14 games this year. So that's 11. Yes. That's not right. That's not right at all. Hang on. I messed up.
You're good. No, take your time. Take your time.
I didn't major in math for a reason, folks.
I don't think anyone majors in math. If you do,
no, you major in math. It's 100%. That's a real thing. I know people that major in math.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you do, it's why?
You're a nerd, but yeah.
Yeah, unless I just don't know.
I'm not a cool nerd, but a nerd.
I just don't know how useful that would be.
I want to be a math teacher.
I don't know you want to do that, honestly.
I actually dropped. Okay, we're actually under Dart. We have 20 points per game.
Never mind. There you go. No, but it's still impressive nonetheless, especially without having his receiver number 1, Malik Neighbors, and of course, losing Scadaboo weeks later. Definitely hurts for sure, but both guys will be healthy for next year. Malik's posting TikTok, so he's happy-ish.
Why are all our guys posting on Instagram and social media just look like they're going insane?
Whether it's him making TikToks, Cam Scadaboo going on stream, it's those guys continue to.
All our guys just slowly losing their minds because they can't play football.
We're having fun, man. It was like, what can we do?
The video Malik Neighbors did, where he's he's watching the adult baby, and he's got a girlfriend. He goes, "That guy's got a girl." I was crying at that. I was crying at that video. I thought it was so funny. It was such a an authentic reaction that I think everyone had.
I love I'm doing his eyebrows. He's doing his eyebrows. I love
him. Bro, you're Malik Neighbors. You're the star wide receiver of the New York Giants. Go in a club. You'll be able to get a girl in 2
Literally
seconds.
can get anyone you want, but he's over here making TikToks,
Like
dancing to country music.
anyone you want, you could just be like, "I'm Malik Neighbors."
Exactly. But look, he's over here making
Like, like
TikToks
your when
playing.
like your grandma, "Oh, you're so handsome." You'd be fighting him off with a stick. Malik Neighbors actually would be fighting him off with a stick.
Damn right. He is a star receiver for the Giants. Like, he will get people. But you know what? It's okay. My guy is listening to country music, dancing to country music. Like I said, making
I mean, I love
TikToks,
that. Don't get
doing
me wrong.
whatever.
I think me and Malik Neighbors have a great night out together.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool guy. Like, we don't
Me
talk
and
about him
Malik could
much on
go
the
to like
show.
some country bar in the city and just have a great time.
Oh yeah, and like, look, we don't talk about it much on the show, but at the end of the day, he's receiver number one. We love him. We hope he stays beyond his rookie contract. I know he's
I
unhappy.
really think he will. I think those
I
concerns are
hope so.
I think they're so overblown.
Yeah, pay him whatever it takes. He is
Yeah.
a star in the making.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of receivers, I think they'll be able to cook this weekend against a very weak Commander secondary. Whether it's Wandale, who will be seeking his 250th career catch on Sunday, one more catch to
Pay
get to
him
that
too.
number.
I speaking of guys you gotta pay. I
Mm-hmm.
think my buddy sent me the contract the other day. I think the expectation's like 4 years, 56 million,
Yes, very similar.
53 million. That's nothing.
That is nothing. That is similar to the Khalil Shakir contract, and he is, you could argue, the receiver one over there in
So
Buffalo.
that's 13 and a quarter million per year.
Take it.
I'm not sure like what cap hit that is because I don't get cap hits because it's all fake. But
For,
that
for
I would expect it to be somewhere between 10 and 15 million dollars. That's not
yeah,
terrible for the slot receiver, probably wide receiver 2 in this offense.
could be the
Coming
number
into
one when needed.
one when needed, yeah.
Take it.
Coming into next year, I would say he's wide receiver 2, no matter who they bring in, unless they bring in like a Waddle or like an Olave. Even if we draft like Tyson from Arizona State, I think he'd still be like the third guy because he doesn't have that chemistry yet.
Exactly. And look, Wandale is a great safety blanket or just a solid guy to throw to in general. And we'll see him once again on Sunday. 73 catches, 828 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the year. So he is approaching that 1,000-yard mark, and it's very possible he will do so with 4 games left in the year. Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slay, and Theo Johnson, who has 456 yards on the year himself.
Yeah, let's got butterfingers.
He does, and if he didn't have those butterfingers, he would have a way better season. But
the game against the Patriots is a lot closer.
If he caught that damn touchdown, but of course he dropped it. But running game wise, both Tracy and Singletary could see themselves with plenty of running room. Because like we mentioned, we just saw the Minnesota run all over the Commanders' run defense, and we hopefully should see the same, whether it's Tyrone or it's Devin or it's Jackson taking off.
I think it's gonna be Devin. I have done a complete 180 on Devin Singletary because I think if you remember, like if you watch the show long enough in camp, I was talking about trade him. I cut him right now to put Turbo on the roster. Now I'm like, you might be my most trusted back right now.
As of right now, yeah. And look, he's a veteran guy. He's dependable at some points. And look, Tracy's good to have as well because he's explosive in his own right. Great pass catcher as well.
I just don't see Tracy's explosiveness enough.
We've seen in time like this some flashes.
You see the flashes. It's just not consistent. Well, Singletary, since Kafka's taken over this offense, you're just seeing the consistency.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no. And look, Kafka has made some significant changes that has changed things around the team in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, has still resulted in losses. But I have loved seeing the run game really take over and be the identity for this Giants offense ever since he's taken over.
Which it should be. Even with the Scatterboo injury and that the Giants should just be a pound the rock team. That should be what the Giants are.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Especially in MetLife Stadium with how windy it is and it being outside in the cold. The run game should be the most important thing this team has.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you have a quarterback who can take off as well. So why not do so? But yeah, otherwise, that's the offensive game plan there. Defensively, what are you looking forward to? Because like I mentioned, Mariota will be taking over. Well, will be the QB1 once again for the Commanders. So what are your thoughts?
I think this is a big chance for the secondary to shine. I really do. Mario has been decent. He's been very serviceable. I do not want to take away from something. But we all know Mary is a backup quarterback. You cannot let a second-string quarterback, a journeyman, burn you like you've allowed other teams to. So if you want to build something, you're fighting for a contract, you want to prove your value to this organization, secondary, have a big game on Sunday. That's what I want to see.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's very clear the defense will have to account for his rushing ability this weekend. As their rushing offense as a whole, my friend, actually, they average 136.5 rushing yards per game, which is fourth best in the league.
Which is crazy because, like, you look at Bill, and he's not
Little Bill.
Little Bill has not done much.
There's Little Bill, Chris Rodriguez emerging as the running back one recently.
Chris Rodriguez has been way more the back than Little Bill has, which I'm not surprised. I told you this was going to happen. For anyone that drafted him in the 7th round in fantasy, you look like a moron.
Well, not after week 1. Well, after week 1,
after week 1, you look smart, but since then, yeah.
Well, we had that great game against the Chargers.
You had a big preseason. Draft him in the 7th round. Are you insane?
There's a reason why he was drafted. There was a reason why he
dropped him like the 13th, 14th round, and I hope it carries over.
Yeah, there's a reason why he was drafted in the 7th round by the team. Like, he's not that great, and we've been seeing it recently as well. They definitely need a running back. They made a big mistake trading away Brian Robinson.
Robinson should have 100% be the back there right now.
But Rodriguez, like you mentioned, my friend, has taken over as the RB1, out carrying Krosky Merritt 21-11 over the past couple of weeks. So in all, it is surprising to see them fourth best in the NFL in rushing, but they do it by committee, whether it's Bill, Rodriguez, Daniel Daniels when he's healthy, or Mariota. So, but let's not completely crap on Krosky Merritt or Little Bill, however you want to call him. He did rush for 82 yards in the touchdown on week 1. I
call him Little Bill because I never know if it's Krosky Merritt or Merritt Krosky. always flip his name up.
Fair enough. So he will be one to watch for sure. So maybe he'll have a repeat performance like he did in week 1 against this very, 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 very weak rushing defense of the New York Football Giants, who allowed 115 yards and 29 carries to New England before the bye week. And they continue to be putrid, allowing 154.2 yards per game on the ground. But their passing defense is somewhat better. And like you mentioned, my friend,
it also could be a change too, that rushing defense, because we fired our defensive line coach, who's been here for 4 years.
Why he was fired was very stupid, and it just shows this organization continues to go downhill.
I always said that, everyone was like, you got a bye week, you're not going to lose this week. I'm like, trust me, we're going to lose this bye week. There's going to be some storyline that makes us look dumb, and that's what's going to happen. And like clockwork, look what happened. We had Jackson Dart not realizing the Atlantic Ocean was near New York City, or he had to go through New York City to get to Long Island after he just did it. And B, we had him being upset over where he was sitting on an airplane.
Yeah.
That's how you lose the bye week, guys.
Love this organization. I hate this team. That's
my favorite part of that video is I drove to Long Island. Oh, right. Yeah, I did go to New York City. God, Jackson Dart, I love you so much, but I think you might be stupid. I think you might be a dumb person.
CTE. I'm kidding. No.
I remember a few weeks ago, when the Giants beat Philly, somebody commented the Giants are being run by frat boys, and I'm like, yeah, this is what this team needs. I forgot the negative part of frat boys is that they're stupid.
The brain don't work as well like the average person.
Yeah. And I shouldn't say anything because my college didn't have frats, but my house was as close to a frat as you could get.
As you can get. So you have some experience.
I have first-hand experience.
But we love them. We love our frat boys with the Dart and Scadaboo.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Wouldn't trade them from the world, my friend. I tell you. But you made a good point. The Giants' passing defense should thrive or shine on Sunday because Mariota isn't really a threat with his arm. Plus, the uncertainty of McLaurin and Deebo Samuel does raise some red flags for the Commanders' offense, but could be a benefit for the Giants' defense. Regardless if they play or not, both of them haven't really been much of a threat all year, especially McLaurin. Like I said, he's been battling injuries all year, and when on the field, he hasn't really looked the same compared to last year and years years prior. Deebo Samuel has been okay at best for Washington. They don't have Zach Ertz anymore, so whether it's Paulson and Deebo and Flaw on the outside, or Phillips in the nickel, or the linebackers covering the tight ends, like I think the Giants' passing defense should be okay on Sunday. And look, they've only allowed 31 sacks on the year. Washington's offensive line has, which is around the league average, but they will have to face Brian Burns, who cooked him in week 1 with 6 tackles and 2 sacks on that day, and Abdul Carter, which we hope
Got
to
a
see
little
him play.
confidence in him. And Carter, can we maybe not get benched for the first quarter?
Actually, it's good things happening with Abdul. According to Ryan Dunleavy, he has been coming to the facility early, being one of the first ones to being one of the last ones to leave the facility, staying late to watch film. So
that's growth. That's
the
what you want to
maturity.
see.
Yeah, I love to see it.
You know, maybe that first quarter benching, as bad of a look as it is, it can serve as a wake-up call. Sometimes you need to just kind of sometimes you put a person in timeout to make them see the error of their ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to punish. Sometimes punishment isn't always bad, guys. It's not. Sometimes you got to punish people to make them learn. And I don't think that's something Brian Daboll did on this team at all, clearly. If you give Kafka, if you give him credit for anything, if it's discipline he's returned to this team.
Yeah. He's a young prospect who I'm excited to see hopefully continue to grow. Yeah. Hopefully his numbers show up in the
stat line. Let's get a sack again. Let's do it.
And hopefully
you got a sack on Monday, but let's be honest, you probably deserve about 4 or 5 more. Let's get a real sack of Mariota this week.
Damn right. And then the opportunities will be there to do so. I do expect the Giants to unleash some sort of QB contain to keep Mariota in the pocket, because you don't want him outside the pocket, because he will hurt you with his legs. I think the Giants have the speed to contain Mariota and get him on the ground. So we'll see what happens there. Despite not having Kayvon Thibodeau, it'll be good to see both Abdul and Burns out there on the edges for as much as possible. Otherwise, I don't have much more on my end, my friend. Do you have anything else to add in terms of keys to the game?
Making field goals.
Making field.
I know, like, we shouldn't have to say that, and that shouldn't be a key to the game, but with how putrid that special teams is, and I think the special teams coordinator should be fired even this year too.
He is no longer my cousin until further notice yet, Young Wei Koo.
I hate the people on Twitter who were like, I tweeted out during the Giants-Packers game, why was Jude McAntry, whatever the hell that guy's name was, starting over Young Wei Koo? And then there's like morons on Twitter going back like, how's it look now? I'm like, well, yeah, now it looks bad, but in the moment it was right.
Yeah, and let's be honest, I'll still take Young Wei Koo over.
You scroll my Twitter account to find that one tweet. What else you got to do with your life, bud?
I mean, I would still take Young Wei Koo over.
Yeah,
over Jude.
Like, it looked bad. Don't get me wrong, but Jude looked way worse.
We are so drafting a kicker this year, I tell you.
At least signing one.
Oh yeah, I think we will. But yeah, otherwise, I think the Giants will pull off a win this weekend.
Yeah, I do too. I think we're gonna sneak by a 21-17 win. Good old fashioned, just decent football game.
Give me 31-17 Giant. I think we put up 30. The defense is weak, man. They just allowed JJ McCarthy to throw for 3 touchdowns. We are not that bad to not have that same performance, if not better, against the Washington. So
very fair.
Yes, sir. Well, here we go. Best bets. We haven't done this in quite some time. I do have the standings for you. You are now 5-7. I am 7-5. I was looking over our picks from the previous weeks, and that's how it's shaping up. So with that being said, honestly, it's a bit difficult for me. I know it sounds so stupid, but like in terms of like calculating like if our picks were like wins or losses, it is a bit different because with the corner
it's got math. It's got math.
Yeah, it's got math involved and stuff like that. And I know Asians are supposed to be good at math, but I'm just like, I'm not used to like, oh, the spread is 6.5, but I'm like, okay, so that means like I picked them to win by they have to win by more than 7 for the pick to be right or
Yeah, if
whatever the
it's six
case
and a
may
half,
be.
you got to do like the next number up. Like three and
Exactly.
a half, it's all right. Did he win by 4?
Betting. It's
Betting.
betting. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, I want 250 the other.
Responsibly, it's the best.
Responsibly, yes. Don't bet more than you can afford. But either way, let's get right to it. My friend, what is your favorite pick to start this one?
Rams minus 5.5 over the Lions. I love that pick this week.
Okay.
I know the Rams won, but they outscored a really bad Dallas secondary, and Dallas also put 30 on that defense. You tell me Matt Stafford, who had a nice bounce back performance, can't put up like 40? Give me the Rams minus 5.5. I think they'll kill them.
I like that. I think I'm gonna go with Houston minus 9.5 over Arizona. I think that's gonna be ugly. Look, Arizona's offense, they will not be having Marvin Harrison once again for this weekend. So Michael Wilson and Trey McBride will be the leading receivers slash tight end for the offense this weekend. And look, they've been doing okay through the air, but against this Houston defense, they may not have the same luck as they've had in recent weeks. So give me Houston to cover the spread, or not cover the spread, but win by more than 9.5 points. Upset, my friend.
Bengals plus 2.5. I think this team wins outright. I don't trust this Ravens team right now. Joe Burrow has brought some excitement back to Cincinnati, which shouldn't be much of a surprise, but give the Bengals here.
Okay. I will go with Cleveland plus 7.5 over the Bears. I think it's going to be ugly. But I do think that, look, the Browns defense is the unit that they are. Shadur Sanders has been playing really well. He played well last week against the Titans defense. And I
He's
think
not
he
saying
can.
much.
I know, but I think he continues to improve as he continues to face better defenses and keep the Browns within reach of a touchdown against this Bears offense. The Bears are still going to win,
Right.
but I think Cleveland will keep it close. All right, over under, my friend. What you got?
Over 40.5 in the Panthers Saints game. Look, I know those offenses don't look great. Bryce Young has looked pretty decent these last few weeks. That receiving core is getting healthy in Carolina and showing what they can do. And Tyler Shook has not been terrible. I'm not saying he's been great by any stretch, but he's been a very serviceable guy there. I think that game could very easily be like a 21-17 type of game, and that's over right there. Wait,
Here you
is it?
go.
No, it's not. It's just under. Still.
So yeah, gets the job done.
I'm saying it's gonna be a score. These offenses can find the end zone.
Oh yeah, I like that.
No one
And
thought Falcons Buccaneers go over last night. They crushed the over.
Dude, Tampa.
If I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan right now, I am just distraught. You had the NFC South wrapped up. You were competing for the top seed in the NFC. Many thought you were the best team in the league, and you have just collapsed to the point where you might not even make the playoffs.
Now Carolina's on track to win the division if all things go right.
We were talking about it on Fantasy Live the other night, and I'm like, I think Carolina's like it's a 60-40 Carolina wins this thing.
Mm,
I think they're the slight favorites. I really do.
How about it? I am proud to say I picked Carolina to win the division, and I will stand by it
Mm-hmm.
from my preseason take. Give me over 38.5 for Eagles Raiders. It's gonna go two ways. Either the Raiders somehow put up points against this Eagles team and help cover the spread, whether it's like a 21-18 ugly game, or Eagles just blow them out the water and score a lot of points, and that way the media is like, oh, the Eagles are back on track. One or the other. I think they cover the 38.5. Simple as that. Let's see. And then we have a survivor pick, my friend. Honestly, we could just call it miscellaneous and be like, what team do you think is gonna for sure
No,
win?
I like Survivor. I like Moneyline. Give me the I already picked Patriots. Did I pick the Texans yet?
You have not, from what I
Texans.
looked into. Okay. I will go. I don't think I. No, I didn't pick them yet. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. They play the Titans. They are favored by 12.5. There's no way they lose that one at home. to Tennessee.
So neither of us wanted to touch the Seahawks Colts game with Phillip Rivers.
Nah, we
Look,
want
I
the
know the
best.
Seahawks are gonna win that game by like 20 points. I know they're gonna crush them. But how many times have we seen a quarterback just come in with no film on him and just put in a decent performance? I'm not saying the Colts are gonna win. I'm just saying I don't think it's crazy to say they can cover a 13.5 point spread.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And that could look dead wrong. And like I said, I don't expect much of Phil Rivers. I'm just saying is we've seen this movie so many times where like a quarterback no one expects to be good puts in a half decent performance and the game is closer than everyone thought it's going to be. Why can't the future Hall of Famer do something similar?
We wish nothing but the best for the 44-year-olds. I think he's
Just
44.
don't die. Just don't die.
Please don't. And I don't think he will. I mean, the Colts offensive line, they've always been a solid unit.
I know that Seahawks defense.
And you know what?
So good.
Hey, you know what? Like he said in his press conference, he's just there to hand the football off. And look, he has an amazing running back.
Hand the football off and duck.
Yes,
duck and cover.
Duck and cover. Get the ball out to Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman Jr. Whatever you got to do. Just keep yourself safe out there. Don't get hurt. You have a wife
like a nuclear drill. The kid used to go under a desk. Like what that would have done against a nuclear bomb. We fine, kids. Get under your desks.
What? It's not gonna do anything. Like oh yeah. But that game will be fun to watch.
This desk has powers. It really doesn't, dude.
Nope, not against a nuclear bomb. I tell you that. Before we go, for my friend, as we mentioned earlier, your TikTok page is Brian Peachy 1016. Yeah, I believe you also talked about Notre Dame.
I did Notre Dame for the Belly Up channel, but I always repost if I do something for Belly Up. I always repost it onto my TikTok, so you can find both.
Gotcha. So before we go, then, please give
us a lot
of
hits on that. Apparently, that thing went crazy.
Hell yeah, as it should, my friend. You always make great takes as always when it comes to whatever you talk about, my friend. Whether it's Notre Dame, Mets, whatever the case may be. So I will let you actually have this last segment. What are your thoughts on the CFB playoff, and of course Notre Dame opting out of the bowl game?
I'll start with Notre Dame. It's not the fact that Notre Dame missed the playoffs, because I thought that was a big reality. I think I said on this show a few times, I thought it was 50-50 we get in the first place. It's the way in which it happened. So we were ahead of Miami the entire time. We were ahead of Alabama the entire time. Then all of a sudden, Alabama they just sneak by with a win against Auburn, and they close a gutsy fourth down call to win the game. But what's not gutsy about faking a punt on your own 20-yard line went for an 80-yard touchdown? I think that's way more gutsy than the fourth down call they had against Auburn. And all of a sudden, that moves Alabama up? Like, that seems sketchy at best. And then it's a conference championship game where every conference championship game loser falls in the polls, and you can go back to the last 16 conference championship game losers who have been ranked. 15 of them all fell in the poll. The one who didn't, Alabama. Why? It's not like it was a close game. It's not like, okay, you know what? We're not going to move Alabama because it was, it was 35. It was 34-31. The game went to overtime. It was back and forth all game. It was Alabama peed down their leg. They peed the bed. Like, they looked horrific in that game. Notre Dame outrushed them and didn't play in a conference championship game. So how are they not punished, but everyone else is? And then that moved Notre Dame to be ahead of Miami. That's the issue I have with it. So I don't blame Notre Dame for taking the bye week because, yeah, we were kind of screwed. The way the committee went about it made absolutely no sense. And look, I don't care about Notre Dame Miami. I really don't. If it was a case where Alabama, won the game, won the SEC, and it was between Notre Dame and Miami, yeah, you had to put Miami in because they had a matchup. I don't think there's a Notre Dame fan that would say otherwise, other than like the delusional ones. But it's Notre Dame not being in over Bama because there's a clear SEC bias, and it's ESPN plays a role in this. It's this weird thing that just because you play in the SEC, you're immediately better than everyone else. Like, I know people say, like, oh, Notre Dame has an arrogance, and we do. I will agree. There's definitely an arrogance with Notre Dame. The SEC has the exact same arrogance. They do. They think they're better than everyone else. So It sucks. I want big change this offseason. It stinks that we're not game, but I completely understand why Notre Dame is doing this. As far as the playoffs are concerned, I think we're gonna have a fun time. I think it's gonna be a fun bowl season.
Yeah, and it's just this weekend with the LA Bowl between Boise State and
Which I don't
Washington.
like. Army Navy should be its own weekend. It should be the only college football game on that weekend.
I was as
I
shocked as
get
you were.
during COVID, I understood why, because like there were just so many cancellations and stuff. It's like we had to put games here, but the only FBS game going on should be Army Navy.
I have to agree. I was as shocked as you were when I found out those there's going to be a bowl game this year. Bowl game this week, I should say, between the two teams of Boise State and Washington, and apparently it's going to be the last LA Bowl ever.
Yeah,
But
come
it
on.
should.
Well, let's be honest here. That bowl game was stupid. Half the bowl games are stupid to begin with. If you're really this bent out of shape that Notre Dame is going to play in the Pop-Tart Bowl, you got to look inwards. It's a. Would I like to go to the Pop-Tart Bowl? Sure. I think the Pop-Tart Bowl is hilarious. I think it's so funny, but it means nothing. It means
No, it
absolutely
doesn't.
nothing. These bowl
You win
games
the
all mean nothing with the 12-team
yeah
playoffs.
yeah. If you win a bowl,
They're glorified expedition games.
yeah. It's like if you win, great. If you lose, who cares? Like it's not an impact your
Yeah.
record really. Well, I mean, it
Oh
kinda
my
does,
God,
but
we won the Tony the Tiger Bowl. This was a successful season. No one's going to say that.
a
Nobody.
successful season is making the playoff, winning your
Success is
conference.
making the playoffs,
Said-
winning your conference, or winning the national championship game. That's a
You're damn
successful
right.
season.
Damn right. Well, with that being said, that will do it for season 3, episode 61 of the Third and 10 podcast.
The Colts still don't have a QB1. They still don't know who they're going to start.
Well, hey, well, game time decision.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, yeah, Ryan Leonard, there's no, yeah, like you mentioned, there's no updates on him. So we could, well, the betting lines are out there for Rivers and not Leonard. So it's more than likely Rivers will be starting. It's just,
I mean, I'd kind of be shocked if it wasn't Rivers.
yeah, I have to
What are you
agree.
doing here?
Yeah, true. But we will see. But that will do it. We appreciate y'all watching and listening as always. Good to be back after a week off. And yeah, you can follow us on social media as always. You can follow me at Nathan_New124. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016 on Instagram and the Twitter, and also TikTok as well. And you can follow our TikTok page officially at Third and 10 Podcast. And then our Twitter and Instagram is at Third and 10 Pod. We'll be back on Tuesday to review the Giants and Commanders as well as the rest of the Week 15 slate, as long with other headlines across the sports world. With that being said, I'm Nate. That's Brian. We appreciate you guys so much as always.
Enjoy Army Navy. Go over.
Enjoy
Bet that over.
Yes, I 100% agree.
It's the best tradition in sports. Really, I stand by it.
And damn right. Both teams have uniforms specifically for this game. They both
Mm-hmm.
look great, especially Navy's. And yeah, looking forward to watching it. So we hope you guys enjoy the college football weekend, even though there's only a couple of games on the slate, and enjoy the NFL slate as well on Sunday. And we'll see you guys back on Tuesday. Bye.